let us look how the Europeans have used our kings and the kings and all traditional leaders all over the world to dominate their people. It is known that no man volunteers to be a slave. No man volunteers to be an employee. People become employees because there's a threat of starvation. People become slaves for fear of being killed. So let us assume that Europeans have decided that because human beings don't want to be employees, human beings don't want to be slaves. So the reason why human beings don't want to be employees or slaves is because that which they work for, they also need the very same way that the employer or the slave master need. The employers and slaves have the same need as the slave masters and employers. Employers and employees all need clothes. Employers and employees all need food, the same food. The employers and employees all need transportation. Employers and employees all need to send their students to school. Employers and employees all need transport and housing. That is why there's a competition. Nobody wants to be employee, because when you are working to feed the employer, who's going to feed you? When you are working to clothe the employer, who's going to clothe you? When you are working to house the employer, who's going to house you? That is why there are always strikes. So let's assume that the Europeans have decided that as they are lazy, as they don't want to work, as they want other people to work for them, as they even want to use vehicles to go to the toilet, let's assume that they decided that they want to create another species which will not need the same food as they need, which will not need the same transportation as they need, which will not need the same housing as they need, which will not need to send their children to school. Perhaps they need a cattle that thinks like men. Perhaps they need baboons that thinks like men. Perhaps they need any kind of animal that thinks like men. And let's say they came to Africa, let's say they went to Australia, let's say they went to America and decided they want to breed this new species. They tell the people that no, they need to sleep with baboons, they need to sleep with pigs, they need to sleep with animals in order to create the new species that will not have the same needs as they have. People will resist, they will refuse. And how the Europeans have used our leaders, traditional leaders and kings, was because they knew that people revere their leaders, they revere their kings, they obey them, they are emotionally attached to their kings. They told our kings that the kings must give instruction for people to sleep with animals so that they can create that new species which they need. So, as today we are employees, as today we are slaves, we are fulfilling our king's wills. Our kings have been bribed, our kings have been blackmailed to tell us to be slaves, to tell us to be employees, not to resist to our people. But this is what God is saying about evil. Matthew 5 from 29 and 30. It reads as follows: if your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out and cast it from you, for it is more profitable for you than one of your members perish, that one of your members perish than your whole body to be cast into hell. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and cast it from you, for it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. This is the instruction that if your eye is causing to sin, pluck it out. If your hand is causing to sin, cut it out. Therefore, if your king is causing you to disobey God, if your king is causing to be slave, kill the king, like the French have killed their own king. If your king is causing you to be a slave, Cut him out, like the Russians have cut their Tsar, Nicholas II. If your king is causing him to sin, cut him out, like the Italians have cut their king out. If your king is causing you to sin, cut him out. If your king is causing you to sin, cut him out. If your eye is causing you to sin, pluck it out. If your right hand is causing you to sin, cut it off. If your king is causing you to sin, cut him off. That is the instruction from God. That is the instruction from Jesus. If your king is causing you to sleep with animals, to create a new species for what people to employ, cut him out. If your king is causing you to be an employee, cut him out. That is, it is better. It is for that. It is more profitable that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. It is more profitable that the king perish than the whole nation is enslaved. It is more profitable that the king perish than for the whole nation to disobey God. It is more preferable for that the king perish than for the whole nation to have the mark of the beast on our forehead and on our hands. If your right hand causes you to sin, cut it out. If your king causes you to be slave, cut him out, like the French have cut their king out. Cut him out, like the Russians have cut their king out. Cut him out, like the Chinese have cut their king out, their emperor out. Cut him out. If the king causes you to be employees, cut him out. That is instruction from our Lord Jesus Christ. If your eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. If your king causes you to sin, cut him out. It is profitable for the king to perish than for the whole nation to be cast into hell.